So I'm 23, I'm from the UK, I run a faceless YouTube channel called Wi-Fi Uni with 25,000 subscribers, and it makes me around 2 grand a month. And today, I want to talk about something I've been thinking about a lot recently, which is what comes next. Like, how do you actually grow beyond 2 grand a month when you've built something that's working? Because I think the thinking required to get from 0 to 2 grand is quite different to the thinking required to get from 2 grand to 5 grand or 10 grand. And I want to be honest about where I am with that and what I'm actually considering. Please excuse this AI slop voice. I promise the value in this video is worth it. And I want to be clear that this isn't a video where I tell you I've got it all figured out, because I don't. And I think the honest version of where I am is that I've built something that works at a certain scale, and I'm now trying to figure out how to take it further without breaking the things that made it work in the first place. And that tension is actually quite interesting and worth talking about honestly. So let me start with where the 2 grand comes from, because I think understanding the current breakdown is important context for thinking about how to grow it. Sponsors are the majority, probably around 1,500 of the 2 grand. Companies making AI tools who email me asking to be featured in videos. And I charge somewhere between $100 and $200 per integration, and the rate is lower than it could be because accepting deals quickly and keeping the process simple means a steady pipeline rather than drawn-out negotiations, and that volume approach works at the current scale. Affiliates are around $200 a month, passive income from links sitting in video descriptions, and AdSense is about $100. And then the school community is still early, but adding recurring revenue on top of everything else. And right now, it's around $135 a month and growing. So the picture is sponsors as the main thing, affiliates and AdSense as reliable smaller streams, and the school as the newest piece with the most upside in terms of compounding. And when I think about how to grow beyond this, the first thing I have to be honest about is that the sponsor rate is probably the most immediate lever. Like, I've been accepting deals at the lower end of what I could charge because it keeps things simple and the volume makes it work. But as the channel grows and the audience becomes more valuable, the rate should grow with it. And I think I've probably left money on the table by not being more aggressive about this sooner. The thing that held me back was partly not wanting to lose deals by asking for more. Like, there's a fear that if you push back on the rate, the company just goes and finds a smaller channel who will do it for less. And that fear is real, but I think it's also a bit irrational. Because the companies emailing me are emailing me specifically because my audience is the right audience for their product. And that specificity has value that they're aware of. And asking for a rate that reflects that value is not unreasonable. So one of the things I'm actively thinking about is getting more confident about negotiating sponsor rates upward as the channel continues to grow. And I think there's probably meaningful money available there without having to do anything differently in terms of the content itself. The second growth lever is the school community, and this is the one I'm most excited about because it's the only income stream that genuinely compounds in the way I mean. Like, the others are either passive but variable, or active and requiring constant new deals. But the school MRR just sits there, and the floor gets higher every month as long as I'm delivering value and people are sticking around. Right now, it's early, $135 a month, 3 tiers at $10, $15, and $50. And the churn has been really low, which tells me the value is landing. And the question is how to grow the membership without compromising the quality of what's inside it. Because the thing that makes the community valuable is the direct access and the personal feedback. And if it gets too big too fast, that quality becomes harder to maintain. I think the honest answer is that the YouTube channel is the distribution for the school. Like, every video I make is essentially a long-form piece of content that demonstrates the value of being in the community. And as the channel grows, the pipeline of potential members grows with it. And the main thing I can do to grow the school is just keep making good content on the channel and let the community grow naturally from that audience. The third growth lever is a SaaS product. And this is the one that's furthest from where I am right now, but also the one with the highest ceiling. And I've started thinking about this seriously because I think the combination of a YouTube audience and a SaaS product is one of the most powerful things you can build in this niche, because the audience provides the distribution that most SaaS products struggle to find. and the SaaS provides a recurring income stream that's separate from the content creation entirely. The kind of SaaS I'm thinking about would be something that solves a specific problem for the audience Wi-Fi Uni has already built, like a tool that helps people do something in the AI and make money online space that they currently have to do manually or inefficiently. And the channel would be the main way people find out about it, and the product would earn independently of whether I'm making videos that week. I've already built some no-code tools and had some early success with that, and I think the next step is something more substantial, something with a proper subscription model and a clear value proposition. And the channel is the thing that makes that possible in a way that it wouldn't be without the audience behind it. The fourth thing, and this is more of a mindset point than a specific lever, is just thinking about the channel itself as an asset rather than just an income stream. And what I mean by that is YouTube channels in the right niche with a good track record of income have real monetary value that can be sold. And while I'm not thinking about selling Wi-Fi Uni, I think treating it as an asset changes how you make decisions about it. Like, an asset is something you want to be durable and valuable independent of whether you're actively working on it in any given week. And that means making decisions that protect the audience trust and the channel reputation, even when there are short-term incentives to compromise them, like taking a sponsor deal for a product you don't actually believe in because the money is good. And that's a decision that makes sense if you're thinking about the income this month, and doesn't make sense if you're thinking about the asset value over the next 5 years. And I think holding both of those things in mind at the same time, the short-term income and the long-term asset value, is the thing that makes the difference between a channel that plateaus and one that keeps growing. Because the decisions that protect the long-term value are often the ones that feel like leaving money on the table in the short term. So to put it all together, the way I'm thinking about growing beyond $2,000 a month is 4 things. Negotiating sponsor rates upward as the channel grows and getting more confident about the value of the audience. Growing the school community naturally through the channel and keeping the quality high enough that churn stays low, building a SaaS product that uses the channel audience as its distribution, and treating the channel as a long-term asset rather than just a monthly income source, which means making decisions that protect the audience trust even when short-term incentives pull the other way. And I'm honest that I don't know exactly what the next 12 months look like in terms of numbers. Like, I can't tell you that school will be at $1,000 a month by the end of the year, or that the SaaS will be built and launched and generating revenue, because those things depend on decisions I haven't fully made yet, and execution I haven't done yet. But the direction feels right, and the foundation is solid, and I think $2,000 a month is a floor rather than a ceiling for what Wi-Fi Uni eventually becomes. If you want to be part of that journey and get more direct help building something similar, I do have the school community linked in the description. There's one-to-one feedback available depending on which tier you join. No pressure at all. Cheers for watching.